All right guys, welcome back to the channel. We are 14 days away from FL2k over at Bradenton Motorsports Park. So today, nonetheless, will be all about our race car, the G35. The past couple weeks, we've been working on this a ton. Jeff, specifically from Super Performance Fab, has laid some serious hours down on this rig, but we just took all the stuff off for powder coating. So the engine is a little bit disassembled, but we're gonna go ahead and get all that stuff done up today. But I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of kind of our setup, where we're at, and the few little things left to do before we can go racing. So to start things off, we have a 370 cubic inch iron block from Texas Speed and Performance. It has a Lunati Voodoo crankshaft. It has a TSP Super I-beam rods and the Wiseco forged pistons. So we know, hopefully, if tuned correctly, it'll stick together. And to go along with that, we have the TSP Stage 2.5 PRC heads. So that's like oversized valves, the dual 660 springs. We got a cam motion cam from Jack Stan Jimmy in there. So we got it set up, ready to rip. After I sourced all the parts for the engine, obviously Jeff wanted to make this crispy custom turbo kit. Both of these merge into one, to a V-band. And then we have a VS Racing 78-75 millimeter turbo to go on there. There it is. There's the old girl. We love her. But yeah, long story short, we decided to do air to water for this setup. So we just got a Garrett core. Jeff went ahead and fabbed up a clean air to water setup. So we're gonna see how that does. We ran all custom AM lines. We converted all the water stuff to -16 for that high flow. Really cleaned up the engine bay a ton. I know you guys have probably seen bits and pieces of that. But luckily, all this is run, all the wiring is run, the harness is fully run. We have two chores today: drop off powder coating, pick up stuff for wiring. For the past setup that I had, which was a twin turbo VQ in this same chassis, I had 6-speed swapped it because this car was originally all-wheel drive automatic. So that transmission's pretty good. I think it'll be a little weak for this setup, what this motor can handle, but we're gonna break her in and see what we can do. Heading over to the trunk, I wanna show you the setup back there. So we basically have water and fuel lines run underneath. We got a 15-gallon Speedmaster cell. We have, I think, a 7.5-gallon intercooler tank. And this has the pump built in, so that's super easy. We have a 5-gallon Aeromotive fuel pump underneath all this stuff. But yeah, it's really just time to tighten up some AN fittings and we'll be good to go. So the goal for FL2k is to drive this car there. This car's been down for 4 years. So it's been sitting pretty for a little while now. But things like the interior are obviously not going to be done. This is what we have. So we're going to have to retouch that after FL2k. But Jeff did some really cool stuff by integrating the Holly dash into the OEM placement. So that's sick. Got some cheap wheels and tires on here now just to make some passes with, do some testing. And we'll eventually upgrade these to a nicer kind of billet wheel probably. But for now, I need it to roll. I need headlights and taillights, and we gotta be able to start it. So that's what our goal is for the rest of this week. And then I want 4 or 5 days to actually test the car on the street and potentially at Bradenton before we, you know, embarrass ourselves at FL2k. So for most of the stuff for powder coating, we just kind of water jetted most of it and freehand cut a lot of it for a full custom setup. So these are our mid plates. We're doing everything here Minitech, so it'll look super good. Yeah, we just made a template and got these water jetted right down the street. We're gonna use this for our remote electric water pump. This is for the fuel pressure regulator. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like our coil packs, all that stuff, the on-off switch lever magic wand, that'll be sweet. But yeah, it's really cool to see all this custom stuff, and when it's all powder coated, it's gonna look beautiful. All right, so now that I have the list made for all the lengths for the power and ground stuff, we're just gonna box all this up, head to the powder coater, and then go past the marine store, because they always got this stuff in stock, always. And there's some pretty cool stuff in here that I'm probably gonna talk to my boy Doug about over at Motion, because we found some pretty cool solutions for a lot of the problems that we had. And if we can share that with you guys and maybe even turn that into a product, that would be cool. But before we head out, let's take a quick look at some of the fresh units we got in the shop today. Right here, Tesla Model X Plaid. First SUV one I've seen in the Plaid edition. This has a clean, like matte metallic blue. Spicy. We got Brent's car here, drift car. This is our first time doing a livery like this. Super popular style. I think it's coming out killer. It's a double layer with like a chrome and then a printed accent on top of it. So that's gonna look sick when that is all said and done. We have a full Range Rover biography edition in here that's getting the work. So it's getting color change, calipers, wheels, tint, all that stuff. So that'll be awesome. This car is for our buddy Cody. And this was actually our first time using a new vinyl. So we're testing it out with him, and we're gonna see how it holds up, how to care for it, make sure it's a product that we can eventually sell to you guys, and definitely our favorite gloss so far. So we're gonna see if it can stand the test of time. Right, Pevs? What a guy, dude, what a guy. That's a quick look. Let's get the hell out of here and get these parts to powder.
Yeah, I was getting Keith making fun of you.
Oh, great. Wow. So you might be wondering, why the heck are these video and vinyl guys building a freaking race car? It turns out, if you guys are new to us, you might not know that, you know, we've been building cars and kind of racing cars low-key for years. The whole race car program has definitely been on the back burner as we've scaled the business, but it is finally time that we put it in high gear and get this car done, because we're super excited to actually not only film all the races, but have some fun and lay down some passes too. So that's the plan with the G35. I don't think we're gonna really be that competitive by nature and really hunt for any type of wins. We just wanna go to street car takeovers. We wanna go to FL2k. We wanna go to Cletus and Cars and actually make a pass. So that'll be what the plan is with the G, but I think you guys are gonna be pretty excited because it's overbuilt, it looks amazing, and it will definitely make for some super fun content for you guys. All right, so we're here at Custom Colors. It's now time to surprise Brad with a box of BS that I'm sure he did not want to deal with today, but he's super fast, he'll get it done. It's gonna look great in mini techs. This truck is junk. Who let me buy this thing? What a nightmare. Bad decision.
Yo.
Big dog.
What's up, bud?
How you doing? He said he doesn't want to be on film, he's too famous. We're just admiring all the stuff, all the junk.
Yeah, you got that right.
Cut me some slack. Everybody meet Brad. He's my friend, and he does all of our powder coating, sandblasting. Honestly, all around good guy.
And good looking, don't forget that part.
We're going black mini techs on all of it.
All right, man.
Only thing we'll have to do is, if possible, tape the fins.
Yeah, I'll put like heat wrap right all along here. We'll make sure none of that gets powdered, and it'll be golden, bro.
He's got it, dude.
All right.
So Brad did all of our camera car stuff literally in one day.
One day.
And our G35 stuff. I dropped it off 9 in the morning. Literally called me at noon, told me to pick it up.
Right.
Still hot off the press.
You go with the collar?
Yeah, she's better, dude.
Sure?
She's better.
All right.
It's not better, it's not better. All right, cool.
Today's only Wednesday, so.
Yeah.
You give me a full day. It's more than usually does.
Unbelievable. So Brad's the kind of guy, like I was saying, all around good guy. I'm willing to bet $1,000 right now his Tesla is fully on. You open that door at 70 degrees all day, every day.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Cool.
Yeah, dude, but how much battery percentage does that use?
Not bad, man. Like probably 4 or 5% for the day. If that, you know? So,
Comfort, the creature comforts of a
Yeah.
Tesla. My boy.
Yes,
and then
sir.
just holler at us.
Yep, it'll be sooner than later.
All right, big dog. See ya. So everything is locked and loaded, getting powder coated. And she started, so that's good news.
Great.
So yeah, here we just need 20 foot of red, 20 foot of black, and then basically the eyelets at the end. So that'll give us the power from our rear mounted battery all the way up to that plate that we built that houses our leash BCM, all the relays for our arc panel, and then we're gonna run those cables all the way up to this so that we can run power and ground individually to all the small accessories we got. They didn't have zero gauge on the shelf, so we were able to snag some pre-made stuff, but it's literally the exact sizing that we needed. Already comes with the ends, the eyelets. So we picked this up, that saves us an hour. Good news, baby, good news. let's go get approval from the man himself. Jeff has got to give us the old tick in the checkbox to make sure this stuff will work. Pretty sure we'll be good though. He's in here working on a turbo G8 setup. Pretty clean. How you doing?
All right.
Yeah? Are we interrupting you?
No.
Cool, this is what we got.
Perfect.
15 foot already pre-made.
Perfect.
15 foot pre-made. This will be positive to shut off, negative to shut off,
Yeah.
body ground.
Yep.
I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeff's in here killing this turbo freaking G8 monster. He's got all types of stuff running,
Yeah.
dude. All right, I'm gonna drop this stuff next door.
Yeah.
Cool, see ya. Smell you later. These are freaking perfect, dude. So this will go from our battery to our shutoff right underneath here. This will go from the negative to the shutoff, maybe. Yeah, it'll work. It'll fit. And then we have this one here for the body ground. So what we'll do is we'll take the spools and run it from this shutoff, which is one of those switches you guys see that people pull. So right at the back of the trunk here, that'll be able to pull on and off super easy in case of emergency, all that stuff. And yeah, we'll run those long pitches all the way to the front. Come check this out though. On the bottom, we have a leash BCM, the streetcar kit. What a unit. It's just so well made. It's amazing. So that is really gonna replace our entire BCM. That won't be integrated for FL2k. We're just gonna kind of lightly set up the arc panel just so it can start and fire and all that stuff. And then once the event is over, we're gonna go ahead and re-strategize our wiring program here. So the cool thing about these is you can change each one of these switches to momentary or continuous. So for things like start, you want that to be a momentary. You want to just push that and that'll toggle power to the starter. But for things like water pump, I'm gonna want that to be continuous. So we're gonna run as much stuff as we can through the Holley HP. That's the ECU we're using. So that is kind of where we're at with the G35 project. Clearly we still have some wiring to do, but we're not even stressed out about it. As a promise from me to you guys, I'm not gonna show you anything else of this G35. The next video that you guys see will be it starting. So that is gonna be sick. I know we're beyond pumped about it. It's a long time coming. A lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. Trying to build this thing within our current schedule has been an absolute nightmare, but luckily we have a lot of good people that are helping us with it. Obviously Jeff, our fabricator, he's really been more than a fabricator to us on this project. He's been an assembler, he's been the guy doing R&D, building all the plates out. Massive shout out to Jeff. None of this would be possible without him. I know our buddy Ryan Thorpe is gonna help us with the last little bit of wiring. If you guys know Ryan, he's definitely the guy you want for that project. He's just so meticulous and there's no corners cut. So we're really looking forward to working with Ryan on that. And as always, shout out to Texas Speed for the entire motor setup, Motion Raceworks for the slew of products we have on here. We probably have about half the catalog for LS parts on this build, so everything's super, super nice. Also shout out to Collins Adapters for helping us make our Nissan Trans work with the LS motor. So with that being said, I think we're gonna close this one out here. Keep an eye out for this. I know you guys are gonna love it. We have some super fun ideas with some content for this thing. And I think it'll just be cool to have a car to drive during all the events that we film. All right, so that does it for this video. On the next one, we have something pretty cool. We're headed up to New York City. We're gonna kind of revisit our past. I moved to Florida from New York City, so we're gonna go bomb around, have some fun. It'll be a little different, but it'll definitely be a cool video for you guys to check out. But yeah, next time you see this, she'll be purring. See you guys.